Welcome, students. I wanted to revise a little bit of my instructions on how to use Pixlr.com. I just noticed, as often happens, of course, when we're using online technical programs, software, things have changed with Pixlr.com. Their start page has changed a little bit, so don't fear. We can still use the directions that I have so many of my tutorials built on, but I want to go over how to access the Pixlr.com editor because their start page has changed. So on my class websites, I direct you to use Pixlr.com. Of course, you can use any photo editing software that you choose. I use Pixlr.com because I think it's awesome and because it's free. That's the #1 reason I use it. And it's web-based, which makes it so much easier for all of us because it doesn't require download and because it's free. And free is awesome. I've used Photoshop for years and years and years before all of you were born. So I know Photoshop, and I personally think Pixlr.com is an awesome version, just as good as Photoshop, in fact better for some of the applications that we're using for photography and simple illustration and graphic design, honestly, because it's free. Okay, so in my Photography 2 courses where I'm at right now, I'm just going to show you, for example, under Course Tools, I have my YouTube channel, if you haven't already noticed. I have my library of tutorials that I use for you. Oh, it's not showing up right here. And I also have that linked to my weekly class lectures, and in my different weekly projects, I will often have a tutorial that I created. Many times I use Pixlr.com. I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. I already had it opened here. Here I am. I put a new picture up. So you can see all my videos that I've been making over the years, for several years. Most of them are based on Pixlr.com. Let me find one. Here's one for an example. Okay, so I'm going to go step by step on how to use Pixlr.com editor. In this one, for example, is how to remove an object. If you're ever curious, by the way, you can go through my YouTube channel and you can play around with it. It doesn't have to be for an assignment. These are all based on assignments for different classes. So you're welcome to look through, but it might be, this one, for example, is for my animation class. Okay. If you are going to use this tutorial, which I created 4 months ago, the start page on this tutorial looks different than it does now. 4 months into the future, the Pixlr.com start page looks different. You can still access Pixlr.com editor. I'm going to walk you through it. This might change what I'm telling you today, and if that happens, then I'll have to create a new video on how to, I don't know, I'll figure it out then in the future. Okay, but for now, this is 2015 January. We're going to access Pixlr.com this way. All right, I'm going to go to a new window. This is what I've always had to do in the past, is type in Pixlr.com right here. This is what the start page looks like now. Now when you use my videos, it doesn't look like this. Okay, so it looks like, oh wait, what's going on? You're going to have to buy something or download something. This is not true. You are welcome to download if you want to go through the process. Pixlr.com editor, you can do this if you want to. Okay, it will require you a minute. You do not have to buy anything. This is probably just an advanced version. They should have a free download. I know that they do because I received information about it, and I downloaded a free version for my desktop, like a free app. You don't have to do that though, and I'm going to encourage you to just skip that. This start page, I'm going to encourage you to just ignore. You don't need to do this. What I want you to do instead is notice up here in the top left, there's some options for you. If you want to use your phone or your tablet, your iPad or your tablet, you can use mobile and you can download an app on there. I've done that. I have some of the apps on my iPad, which I do really like. That's separate. I'm not talking about that today. That's for something for you to play around with. What I want to talk about today is right here. We're going to find Pixlr Editor for your computer. For your computer, your PC or your Mac, under Web Apps. So go here, click on Web Apps, and then we're going to get here. What's this? Okay, we have Pixlr Express popping up, which is pretty awesome. You have all these really cool filters, sort of like Instagram-ish. However, I still don't want you to use this. Okay, I still don't want you to do this. Instead, I want you to scroll down. Here it is, it's hidden down here. They made it kind of hard to find, in my opinion. I want you to use Pixlr.com editor. This is the most similar to Photoshop that they have for you. Okay, this one is more complicated to use. That's probably why it's hidden a little bit more. This is the one we're using for this class because it's also more awesome and you have more things to do. You have all these tools and all these cool tricks that we're learning because this is a class where we're learning how to do more than just the basic cool filters. By the way, the coolest filters are over here, in my opinion, in Pixlr-O-Matic. So if you're doing something just to play around outside the class, or you're doing something besides the assignment and you want to make your photo really cool, this is my favorite app, Pixlr-O-Matic. That's just separate. I have this on my phone. I love this one. Okay. All right, so launch web app for Pixlr.com editor. I'm on Pixlr.com/web. That's where you're going to find this. I'm in the middle of the page under editor, launch app, web app. Okay, now you will notice this is the start page for most of my videos. This is where you will start, and then you'll begin to follow the directions from all my tutorials. This is where you'll open an image if you are in my photography course and you're working on editing a video. If you're working on editing a photograph. If you're in one of my drawing and illustration courses and you're doing some graphic design or a drawing and you're using Pixlr as your drawing software, then you can create a blank image here. Okay, I think I covered all of what you needed to hear about this. Hopefully this will last for us for a while because I really like this program and it's great to access. Again, if you want to download this permanent app, you are welcome to do that, but I encourage you to just use the web version. This is the address you can get to if you want to save this. You could bookmark this and make it easier for you. Okay, thank you for listening.